Hello there. This is going to be a general of reading for all signs. We are deep in the trenches right now. I just saw an orb. We are very deep in the trenches right now of what feels like darkness. And it's not bad per se. It is, but it's hell. And the other day, I was thinking about this, that like it reminds me of when Goddess Isis went to hell to retrieve Osiris. And nothing can keep a woman away from her man. And, you know, if you think about it like this, the hell and the darkness that many of you are feeling right now really is the silence, the no contact, the no communication, the unknown that you're in right now with a particular person. And it's like, we have to go through hell because, you know, through hell, we get to heaven. And not only that, it's really a test of fate and faith. It's funny how I said the word fate instead of faith, but I don't think that was an accident. It is a test of fate. Do you believe that, you know, some connections are divine and destined and fated? And if so, then you must be comfortable with whatever phase you're in. And it's not that we're enabling fuckery. We're not enabling stupid shit. You wouldn't be engaging with a person that is not a good human being. And it's not, you know, we all go through shit. And, you know, hell is also compared to like an awakening. You know, it's the rabbit hole. That's what this masculine is in. He's in a space where he needs to figure some shit out. You know, the darkness is where all things grow, okay? Period. It's where all beautiful things grow. Look at the Ace of Wands. Bibbity, boppity, boo. That's what it's giving. It's giving fairy godmother energy. Your wish is my command. You see what I'm saying? Your prayer is answered. This is divine intervention, is what it feels like to me, where it feels like you're gonna get a little extra help. You know, we connect really deeply to the dark, divine, feminine energy. Dark, divine, feminine energy is Goddess Isis, is Kalima, it's Lilith. And I just posted that beautiful video yesterday on the shorts here on, I'm not good at stuff like that, you know. I usually post things like that on my Instagram, but I felt really inspired to share it here. And I hope that there was a reason for that. Because I think that that's what happens when you shift into your divine feminine energy. We make peace with the dark. We're not afraid of it. Not afraid of hell. You know, they say religion is for those who fear hell. Spirituality is for those who have already been there. It feels like hell right now. It feels like it's barren. Nothing's happening for a lot of you guys. You know, I always hear that, well, nothing's happening, Missy. Nothing's happening. You know, it's like when you plant a fucking seed. Nothing is happening above the surface. All the magic happens below the surface where you can't see shit. You cannot see it. Something is happening beneath the surface here in hell. And obviously I'm using the word hell as just an example. Three of Swords. Yeah, that's hell. See that? That's hell. You have the Two of Cups here because someone here fears deep emotional connection. Someone fears you. You know, they're working on their finances too. It could be both of you, right? But it's very specifically the masculines working on their finances. They want to be successful in life, and that's great. A lot of people are not motivated. They're okay being lazy and stuck. And we're not. We're not okay with that. So your partner would obviously be someone who also feels the same. You know, the other way to look at it is work hard, play harder, you know? This is a person here who wants to have financial stability. Maybe he feels like that's, you know, that's the right thing to do. Maybe he was raised that way, which is wonderful. Thank you, Lord. He doesn't feel like he's a passenger princess. No, it's a motherfucking driver. Okay, he's in charge. So it's not that there is a lack of leadership in this masculine. That's not it at all. You can clearly see that it's about emotions. His heart is exposed. And by exposing their heart, they put themselves at risk to be rejected, at risk to fall in love and it not fucking work out. Where you guys are in this connection, they don't know your secret. They don't know that you wish a motherfucker would, that you pray, please, Lord, let this be the day he does it. They don't know that. You know that. Your motherfucking friends might know that. Goddamn, I know sure as hell the angels and the Lord and Jesus and Buddha and Allah know that. Goddamn, bitch, the birds outside motherfucking know that. But they don't know that. They don't know. This is where you're at. It's hell. It's the unknown. And people fear hell. They fear the unknown. They fear the in-between. But there's nothing to fear. You know, that in-between is a pause. And it also is part of the steps. Not everything is go, 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 go. There are moments where silence. Because there's growth. My point here is that something is happening behind the scenes, under the dirt, under the soil that you cannot see with the naked eye. To the naked eye, it appears this is dead. There's nothing happening here. There's no chance in fucking hell. I don't know about that. With the Two of Cups here with the Ace of Wands, I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. Temperance, patience, and the Empress. You that bitch, be that bitch. You that bitch that knows what she deserves. We don't chase. We attract. You don't chase, you attract. Okay? Remember, the flower does not dream of the bee. It blossoms and the bee comes. You are the feminine. You are the lady. You're going to be open. You're going to be receptive, but you do not chase. Okay? You're not going to have to when this falls into place. And I will use the words fall into place because I don't think that's happened yet. This has not fallen into place. It's not supposed to fall into place immediately. And that's just the way this story is written. Can you trust that? Again, do you have trust in fate? You can't say you do. And then when the moment comes, you don't. You see what I'm saying? It's a test, isn't it? Now you do have your Temperance, which is the card of Sagittarius. Temperance is also about perfect match because it's taking two extremes and bringing them together for a perfect balance. You and this person is a perfect match. You're talking this is yin and yang. You're talking this is introvert, extrovert. You're talking this is masculine, feminine, bitch, sun and moon. It's a perfect match, but it doesn't appear to be. Bismillah. I'm learning Arabic. I love it how as soon as I told you guys I was learning Arabic, so many of you offered to teach me. I love that. I love that. You know, I'm learning the basics right now. 9 of Pentacles, that's a single bitch. Okay? That's a single bitch who knows she don't chase nobody. Look at you standing in your power, being truly authentically yourself. You are a magnet to all of this beautiful abundance coming in. Some of you are building a fucking empire brick by brick. And you know my thoughts on this. When people throw stones at you, you save them, gather those fuckers up, and build you an empire. Okay? And that's what this bitch has done. People have thrown stones at her. People have doubted her. People have overlooked her. People have not chosen her. And she says, that's okay. I'm good like that. Because you know what? Fuck you. No. Well, yeah, but you know, more importantly, it's like, I don't care. Because who are you? You know what I'm saying? Why would you care that a person who is not a great human being doesn't want you? A person who's, you know, time toxic. A person who is gross inside, they wouldn't know a good thing if it sat on their face. And you're gonna let that affect your judgment of yourself? Please. Girl, bye. Okay, girl, bye. A king recognizes a queen. An emperor recognizes an empress. A joker doesn't know what to do with an empress. Okay, a page doesn't know what to do with an empress. You're talking, this is a godly like frequency that this feminine is exuding. And it doesn't mean that she only exudes light. She also exudes dark. Because to become divine feminine, divine masculine, it means that you have welcomed both light and dark and you operate in both. Now, when we say operate in dark, we're not talking about evil. We're not talking about gross corruption and toxic and weird shit. We talk about dark, meaning that shadow side. Even the moon has a dark side to it. It's just that side that you don't really show. It's side of you that's inside. That side of you that is not the pretty things. Not everything is beautiful and pretty. Just like the moon, there is a dark side. And this is a bitch that's made peace with that shit and says, I'm not gonna hide my dark, I'm not gonna hide my light. Right? This is like when you look at the moon in all phases, the moon is always whole. Just because the moon is dark and quiet doesn't mean the moon's not there. It means that right now the moon is dark and quiet. Right? The darkness could symbolize quiet, silence, could symbolize healing, isolation. I mean, you're always going to have a part of you that you don't show the world. That's that part of you reserved for your partner, part of you reserved for special people in your life. Look at that. Because I swear to God, you're thinking, I'm going to be a nun. You Googling nunneries. Well, let me see, can nuns paint their nails? What do nuns wear? You're looking it up. Because you hit that like end of the road here. Nothing is happening. And don't you understand that the end is the beginning? Every time we think it's over, what happens? A new cycle begins. That's the way this works. It's not the end, it's just the beginning. But what if you were supposed to feel this? What if the way that you awaken this person is by you going to the depths of hell within self? You kind of meet each other there. Now, because we are higher vibed, we don't sit in a place like this, but we are humans living this muggle meat suit experience, right? Inside we're spiritual beings, but we're stuck in these fucking bodies. Therefore, we will feel human emotions. You can do this. An empress who knows her worth can still feel this, but we feel it to heal it. And we feel this and we move the fuck on. We don't sit there. We don't allow our feelings to dictate shit. We allow the feelings to come to visit us. And it feels like many of you have tried to reject that feeling of sadness. Why? Bitch, you feel sad? Feel that motherfucker to your core. Feel angry? Feel that motherfucker to your core. Understand, why am I feeling this in this moment? It could be trying to teach you something. It could be trying to tell you something to help elevate you and your frequency. Could be a lesson. It could also show us where we still require healing. And that's a good thing, isn't it? It's a beautiful thing. Because it allows us to continue to work on self. The darkness that you feel right now in this connection doesn't feel to me like it's the end and it's done. Stick a fucking fork in it. It'll never happen. I don't feel like that. Now, it will be that way if you're dealing with a fuck face and you just can't tell the difference between a good man and a fuck face. I don't think this is a fuck face. This is just a good man who doesn't operate from his, Don Juan energy. He's not a Don Juan. This is not the hermit. That's that isolation. That's hell. But it's not hell meaning it's a bad thing. It's hell meaning it's beneath the surface. It's down a motherfucking rabbit hole. It's a cocoon. Okay? How does a caterpillar become a butterfly? Well, it must go to hell. Hell. It must go through a process of isolation, and it must be completely destroyed, because a new life is going to cost you the old. You see what I'm saying? And it's a scary thought to give up this version of self and life for anybody. For anybody, not just for them, for all of us. We've been there, and we're still there sometimes when new things come and we're like, oh fuck, I'm nervous about this because it's so new. But that's how change happens. It's because we allow ourselves to be destroyed. Maybe she needed to be destroyed a little bit inside because it helped create space. Maybe because it helped make her a little bit more vulnerable. Maybe because it made her put out a cry and a plea. And this motherfucker finally heard it, right? A woman who is so hurt and grieving, nobody wants to see that. It pains everyone. And this is a woman who's been grieving, who has been sad, and didn't let it destroy her. She's clearly the empress. She wiped her tears. She stood the fuck back up. She went about her day. She wakes up every day, gets on her knees, prays for what she wants, gets the fuck up and works for it. But it doesn't mean throughout the day or at night you can't feel this. I think you're supposed to. You know, for years we have tried to be, well, we had no choice. We had to be in our masculine energy. We were in survivor mode. We were in fight and flight mode, right? That's just where we operated from. And you cannot be in that energy space and be at a higher elevated state. Can't. You got to be able to relax and trust your intuition and trust your fucking judgment and trust the yes and the no's. You got to trust the dead ends and the open doors. Sometimes what seems like it's the end is really just the beginning. Death, I fucking told you. It's literal transformation. It's metamorphosis. It is how the caterpillar becomes a butterfly. And this is the point. Death is scorpionic. It's what you do not see. Because Scorpio energy is what lays beneath. You don't understand all of the things that this person is thinking and going through, and they don't know all of the things you're thinking and going through. You both don't know each other's secret. You don't know. And maybe right now, this is where you're supposed to be. They're supposed to be anxious. They're supposed to be confused so that they can go and dig deep and fucking rise up to become divine masculine. Maybe you're supposed to be confused and hurt and disappointed because that makes you more vulnerable and opens your heart up even more. It cracks the fucking heart. We go back to this. This is a cracking of the heart. And I think both of you have felt this energy throughout this connection of disappointment. I think that they feel this every time they open up and the thought of being wrong or being rejected enters their mind. Their heart breaks. Just the other day, was it just yesterday, I was doing a reading and like my heart fluttered and I was like, that ain't us, that's them. Because I think throughout the day, like they just can't help but become overcome with what they're feeling and what they're denying. This is, look at the tower, bitch, please. Look at that and the judgment awakening. He's alive. See that? The tower is that external divine intervention. Tower is also redirection, but it's sudden change. Let this motherfucker be here, under the earth, let him be in hell. And you're in hell too. And it's not a place we've never been. Okay, hell is just another word for a place that is in a place of unknown, right? Let it be that. You're gonna get through it. You always do. But if you feel sad today, you woke up, you looked at your phone, you didn't see shit from them, trust me, I know. I know that feeling of waking up and like looking at your phone and being like, you gotta be fucking joking. I know. Trust me, I'm telling you, I know. But maybe this is part of the plan. Do you know what I mean? You have the Page of Swords there that's watching, keeping tabs, you know, and if that's all they can do right now is watch, then let them. You're not putting your life on hold. No one said that. You are open for whoever is the best man. May the best man win. That's what an empress does. She's not going to wait forever. But she also is going to feel intuitively whether her person is going through some shit and he just needs motherfucking space. Let them have it. Give them the silence. Don't fucking double text them, triple text them, quadruple text them. Don't call them making up some shit like, my phone was out of service. I wasn't sure if you just called. Don't do that. Let them have their space to breathe. Let them be swallowed up by hell. Because only in the darkness can you find the fucking light. And you can only find this by going through the trenches of hell. And I feel like both of you are in the trenches right now. You're in the trenches because I think part of our power, our superpower is our intuition, but it's also our gut intuition and feelings. And I think maybe both of you have tried to avoid the feelings of this, yeah? Like, well, you know what? It's swallowing me up whole and it's just making me feel some type of motherfucking way. I'm going to push it away. What if you're not supposed to push it away? What if that's not what you're supposed to do? What if you're supposed to allow it to swallow you up whole? Sudden change and union. Shut the fuck up. Good news, bottom of the deck. Shut the fuck up. See, just like that. Boom. One day, the seed sprouts above the surface. Every day you've looked, nothing. One day you look. It's a sign of fucking life, growth. And even if it's a tiny little bit of a fucking quarter of an inch, it's growth. Do you see what I'm saying? It's still something. It's a sign of life. And listen, one small tiny step, as long as it's in the right motherfucking direction, bitch, it's momentum. Momentum will be gained here, okay? So there is some sort of sudden change and good news that you will hear. And you know what? Don't stop loving yourself. Don't put your life on hold. Don't allow someone's, feelings for you or silence with you right now dictate your worth. Any man would be glad to be with you. Any woman would be glad to be with you. They would be more than glad. They'd be fucking thrilled. And you're not gonna let one person, and really when you think about it, what if this is your fucking person and they're going through the trenches of hell and you're being so fucking selfish? What if it was reversed? Like I was going through some shit and I just was going through some kind of spiritual awakening, or I was going through something and I was healing some shit and my boo-boo wasn't patient with me. I don't want to be with a person like that. I would not want to be with a person that wasn't patient with me and my growth and wasn't understanding and not empathetic. And of course, I don't need nobody to come save me. I don't want him to come and save me. They don't need you to come to save them. But what they do need is space. I would require space and patience. Listen, boo, if you meet someone else in the meantime, wonderful, one meant to be. But I don't want nobody down my fucking throat, putting their foot on my neck, pressuring me to hurry the fuck up. I would despise a person like that. There's just no way that could be my person. Don't be that person. Allow people to have their space if they require it. Now, at this elevated state, you say you motherfucking know shit. You say you that bitch. So now's your time to prove it. You know the difference between a fuckface that just has zero potential, that's just leading you on, okay? Taking advantage of you and your kindness, versus a good fucking person who just isn't loud and they're just not expressive and they're not fucking aggressive romantically. Know the difference? Okay, I hear a lot of people yap. Well, I'm and this and I know that. Then prove it. Shut your fucking mouth and prove it. The universe doesn't care what comes out of your mouth. The universe cares about vibration and frequency. The universe doesn't care that you're sad for 5 minutes today. It's part of the fucking emotions that we must feel. What are we supposed to be, robots? The whole point is feel it to heal it. But you gotta be strong in this. You gotta be strong for your man. You gotta be strong for you. You gotta be strong for your kids. You gotta be strong for your motherfucking bloodline that chose you. You were incarnated right now in this timeline. May I add, the most fucked up of timelines. And you think it's just an accident, coincidence? Well, I was just incarnated during this fucked up, crazy, ridiculous ass timeline just to pay bills and die. Okay, well, if that's how you feel, then go the fuck over there. But this is for the ones that are the light workers, the keepers of the light. This is for the motherfuckers that's breaking generational curses. This is for the motherfuckers that's humanitarians and want to help save the world. And even if all we can do is say this is fucking screwed up and wrong, we're gonna roar, we're gonna protest, or we're gonna, you know, blackball and ban companies. Whatever the fuck we're gonna do, we're gonna do. Because we came here to be lions and lionesses. We didn't come here to be motherfucking sheep. You see what I'm saying? Snap out of it, cry. You know, I remember like years ago, I heard this quote for, I think it's Beyonce. She said that anytime she feels some type of way, she allows herself to completely feel it for max 24 hours. Max 24 hours, bitch. Bitch, I don't give a fuck if it's 5 minutes, 12 hours, 2 seconds. You allow yourself to feel that. Bitch, if you gotta cry, cry. If you gotta go stare at the wall, stare at the wall. Because something is coming. Union is coming. Now, is it with this person that you have in mind right now? This whole reading, you were just thinking of them, thinking of them. Maybe. But maybe that sudden change is someone new. We don't know yet. And you gotta be okay if it's gonna be somebody new. You can't be all, well, but I love him. But do he love him? Do he love him? Do he love you? Because if he don't love him, he cannot love you. Because then he doesn't know what love is. You understand my point here? You gotta let motherfuckers go through the trenches of hell. You gotta let them be destroyed. You gotta let them be crash and burn and rise up as phoenixes. Because if a person doesn't love them, this is basic common sense here. If they don't love them, how are they going to love another person? They cannot. They don't even know how to love themselves. Yeah, wow. It's really not a wow. It's common sense. If I don't know something, how am I going to know how to do it? How am I going to know how to show it? I don't know it. I don't know love if I don't love me. Hence why all of our past fucking relationships were shit. Because we didn't love ourselves. We didn't know what love was. And now we do. We recognize it. And because you recognize it, you see that there's something here. But you're going to allow a motherfucker to have space. And may I also add, you dumb fucks that keep leaving comments on my shit telling me, just read the cards. Bitch, shut up. You don't like it, you click the fuck off, okay? You don't tell me how to do my shit. I've been running this shit from the ground up. Built this shit from the ground up. For 8 fucking years. You don't tell me shit. I channel the way I channel. I read the way I read. And if you don't fucking like it, go watch somebody else who's dry as shit and inaccurate as fuck. Now, with that being said, let's get into your extended, okay? If you would like to rent it, go to the comment section below. I will have the link pinned. Follow me on my second vlog channel, Missy in Wonderland. I have finally posted a new vlog. It's a cooking with me vlog. I know you guys love to see me cook. I cook Mexican food. I make sopa. I make bean and cheese enchiladas. And I also made Mexican rice. I also do a little talk story mukbang after it where I talk about love. Basically, more importantly, people are always asking, why am I single? And I talk about that in that vlog, okay? So that link will be below. And also tickets to my meet and greet in New York is also gonna be in the links below. I'll be there 11/11. Can you imagine us meeting and hanging out at my meet and greet event in New York City on 11/11? In New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made of. All right, I gotta go. I'm gonna get to this extended, okay? I'll see you guys there. Love you, bye.